Society has fallen. This country used to be great, but everything has gone wrong. Woke ideology has swept the nation, and no one is safe. We used to have respect for each other. We used to read the newspaper. We used to have 2 bathrooms, and now there's at least 3 of them. We've gone from coal mines to coexistence, and it makes me sick. But recently, the woke scolds have gone too far, and the victim of today's woke mob is Chugga Conroy. Chugga Conroy is a Let's Player with over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and I genuinely can't believe any of the drama surrounding him is actually a thing. We've seen a few examples of people make serious allegations towards other people with no merit, but I don't know how many times I've seen somebody allege essentially nothing with no merit. It's kind of impressive. Now, what has Chugga been accused of? Well, he cheated on his girlfriend. Oh, and also, he likes big, smelly feet. This user on Twitter, Lady Emily, alleges that Conroy procured her for erotic foot fetish roleplay. Now, this allegation isn't really an allegation at all. It's kind of just a statement that's being treated like an allegation, and it reads as follows. Fuck it. Just want to get it off my chest. Last year, Chugga Conroy kept trying to get me to initiate erotic foot fetish roleplay with him while he also had a girlfriend. This included sending shoes to my house under the guise of a gift, only to constantly ask for feet pics afterwards. So already, you're probably noticing a problem here. That problem being the fact that this is fucking stupid. Let's just analyze this, okay, bit by bit. First off, he tried to get you to initiate roleplay. Is that the allegation? Who gives a fuck? Just block him and don't engage with it. Also, I want to say that while cheating is bad, don't cheat on people, it's hardly a cancelable offense. I mean, it's like one thing if you're a relationship guru or something like that and then you cheat on your wife, but you know, it's a bad look, but like, come on, this guy makes Let's Plays. Who gives a fuck? Also, she says that he sent shoes to her house. So, like, she wasn't comfortable with the foot fetish roleplay stuff, but hey, here's my address. And worst of all, you, like, accepted the free stuff, clearly. Oh, but you accepted it because it was under the guise of a gift? Fuck you. Actually, fuck you. You're telling me some random dude on Discord wanted to send you specifically shoes, footwear, and you didn't think it was some fetish thing? If someone I barely knew on the internet offered to buy shoes for me, it is very clear to me that they want to see my feet. In fact, the first message that he sent was like, hey, nice shoes. Like, come on. There is no rational thought that can make you think that this guy doesn't just want to see your feet. Oh, but EFEXKAY, she's a minor, right? This is obviously unacceptable. Well, you know what? That's a really great point. Or it would be if she wasn't a fucking adult. Despite all of the circumstantial evidence here, Lady Emily is actually an adult. A really retarded adult. In the screenshots that Emily posted, she very carefully picks and chooses what to show and what not to show. She cuts off most of these screenshots right after Chugga Conroy says anything sexual to her, and it begs the question, how is she responding to these messages? I feel like the best piece of evidence to show that you were uncomfortable in these conversations would be your responses to these sexual comments, where I'd imagine that you were setting boundaries. The first screenshot is a really great example of how fucking dogshit Emily's evidence is. We see the two talk about shoes that clearly were already purchased by Chugga Conroy, sent to Emily's house, and received by Emily. Emily is clearly accepting these gifts and speaking to him about them. And of course, the screenshot cuts off after Chugga asks to see her in the shoes. Like, I really want to know what you said after that. I think it's very, very important. I mean, if the story is true, I'd imagine you saying something like, hey, that's really weird. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that, you know, sending pictures of my feet. Like, I just thought the shoes were a gift, which would be great to include, but it's just not here. Why? It would establish that you made him aware that that behavior was not okay and there would actually be a serious issue here. But you cut out the smoking gun of your evidence. I'm going to assume that everyone watching right now isn't fucking stupid and you can tell exactly what's going on here. From what it seems to me, she knew what his intentions were and was like, fuck it, free shoes. Emily claims she eventually started ignoring him because she wasn't sure how to navigate around the fetish shit, which is weird because the first screenshot is from June of 2023 and then the second screenshot is from fucking September. 3 months later. What happened in that time frame? And I want to know how many fucking shoes this guy sent you. You're cutting out what I'd assume is, you know, you setting boundaries, which just doesn't make any sense. 3 months of time between the first messages you show and the second messages you show, and then you just cut them off. How am I supposed to take what you're saying seriously? We then see probably the worst thing Chugga did in this situation, where after he gets ghosted, he, like, you know, blows up her phone, which is, like, not okay. And, like, dude, take a hint, she isn't interested, move on. But to be honest, all this makes me think is that, like, maybe he's just autistic and can't pick up on social cues, which, by the way, I looked it up and I'm pretty sure he is actually autistic. And if you think about it, like, he sent this girl shoes and clearly roleplayed with her, and then she just ghosted him out of nowhere. Like, I can't relate because I'm not autistic and I don't like feet, but I understand how this could happen. Something else I want to bring up is she shows this one message where Chugga Conroy says this: "Yeah, being forward with you because I'd rather not keep anything from you and let you make the best decision for you. I am into that, but only with my significant other. I just also like talking about shoes with other people because it's also an interest. I talked with my significant other about this when we first started dating, and she told me I can talk about shoes with other people because it isn't sexual with my friends. It's just something I enjoy talking about with my friends too. I know that might be a lot to share, and I'm sorry if it is, but I feel it's best to just be open with people and consider what I'd like to know if I was in their position." Now, there's no context around this message because apparently context doesn't matter ever, but it's very obvious that they were having a direct one-to-one conversation about the foot thing. Like, this was 3 months after the first screenshot and a few days before she ghosted him. And obviously, okay, he is lying and he should be more upfront with the fact that shoes are not a special interest, it is a sexual thing, so I'll fault him for that, but once again, it's pretty obvious what's going on here, and I know Lady Emily could see that. She should be able to see what this entire shoe-foot obsession thing is. But it gets even worse because the next screenshot after that is him saying this: "Good, glad we understand each other." And then he starts fucking role-playing again. Anyways, why the fuck did you cut out your responses here? Like, we see his initial message, we see him responding to you, but your response is absent. I feel like Lady Emily's response would be super important here, and it's just not there when it would bolster her claim that it always made her uncomfortable. Not to be a broken record, but this message was the perfect opportunity if you somehow hadn't realized that he liked feet to establish your discomfort with that. And I know you didn't do that because it's not there, and you'd leave it in if you did, because why the fuck wouldn't you? I think you get the idea. You know, these screenshots just show her talking to Chugga Conroy over the 3 months. She claims she didn't feel comfortable talking about feet, yet very clearly felt comfortable talking about feet for 3 months and giving him her fucking address. And it's just super clear that she just talked to this guy for a while, took as many shoes as she could get, and then fucking ghosted him, and then called him out on Twitter for it. Before we move on, I just want to show this one part of the conversation that I can't ignore no matter how much I try. "Well, if you have any questions, I'm here. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna miss your shoes. It was kind of nice being their caretaker again." Looks at them in my hands. "As hard as it was at times, they stunk horribly. Oh yeah, sorry about that. It is what it is. Man, big and stinky? You've got it all." It's like, come on, you had no idea that he was into feet. He was talking to her like this for 3 months. Why the fuck didn't she ghost him sooner, or even like the second the foot shit started coming up? Once again, based on the huge foot fetish as well as the inability to understand social cues, it just seems like he's an autistic guy with a foot fetish, and I feel like this Emily person just took advantage of that. She saw that he couldn't pick up on social cues, took as many shoes as she could, and then ghosted him. Anyways, you're probably thinking, like, Nate, why are you even talking about this? This doesn't matter. No one would ever take something like this seriously. Well, I wish that was the case. Unfortunately, we live in a society. Tons of people feel bad for Emily and think that she's a victim, which is fucking insane. But what's even worse is Chugga Conroy actually apologized to Emily for this. I have nothing to add to that because I think it's very evident to anyone with more than 5 brain cells that that is just ridiculous. The only possible reason that he apologized is because there's like darker shit out there that he's trying to get ahead of, and spoiler alert, that kind of does happen. But worst of all, this fucking bitch, Emily, says she doesn't even accept his apology after all of this. Like, all he did was buy you fucking shoes, and you made a Twitter thread about him, and then you don't even accept his apology afterwards? Chugga Conroy eventually released a longer response, and it's pretty much just a longer version of what he said in the shorter statement. He also doubles down on the whole, like, oh, shoes are just a hobby thing, which is like, dude, it's bullshit. Just give it up. Something else really weird that happened is one YouTuber, Laughing Boy LP, released a statement, and I feel like I'm in a fucking nightmare. As of last night, I have officially removed all videos from my channel featuring Chugga Conroy. While I understand they were the reason many of you subscribed to my channel, the videos no longer bring me any joy to keep available. What an insane reaction to such a trivial situation, right? Well, strap in, because it gets so much worse. I wish Chugga well on his journey of self-improvement. Self-improvement? He's just an autistic guy who likes big, smelly feet. That's not a crime. Like, the worst thing that he did, aside from cheating on his girlfriend, is buying this girl's shoes and not picking up too well on social cues. And his friends are disavowing him over this. This is so fucking stupid. The fact that this Emily person felt the need to speak out on this is insane, but the fact that people take it seriously is even more insane. But what if I told you my entire video fell apart right as I was finishing this script? Because new allegations came out about Chugga Conroy, and these ones are actually pretty severe. These allegations allege that Conroy had inappropriate conversations with a 15-year-old when he was 19. And guess what? There's like 48 pages of proof, screenshots, and logs that just like, there's no way this shit is fake. Anyone who fakes 48 pages of chat message logs with fucking timestamps, like that is, I can't imagine anyone doing that. Like, it would be impressive. I couldn't possibly read every single message in the log, but a few things that I did notice was him calling her a lolly and saying that he prefers the term lolly over pedo crush, which I've never heard that word. I don't really want to know what it means, but I can only imagine. I was fucking bewildered when I saw this. Now, maybe by some possible way these allegations are fake, but I'd guess probably not. If these screenshots are real, this is not a good look. But that's the fucking insane part, because this dude already got canceled like 3 days ago for substantially less. Tons of people were unsubbing, people were taking down videos featuring him, and it was all bullshit until somebody contributed actual allegations with a decent amount of merit. And the worst part is, Lady Emily just got saved. Like, I see people on Twitter apologizing to her for not believing in her at first. I mean, it's like her allegations still suck. There's nothing that really happened, but now that he's been exposed by someone else with a clearer story and more evidence, all of a sudden, her story is valid? She didn't even fucking make allegations like that, and now some random person throws a Hail Mary and completely bails her out. This is genuinely the most insane chain of events for anyone ever getting canceled I've ever seen. Chugga Conroy has yet to respond as of the recording of this video. Maybe somehow he can debunk these allegations. I don't see that happening. I think he's actually fucked. But if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing on my Patreon. If all 30,000 plus of my subscribers donated $1, I'd have enough money to buy 30,000 of something that costs $1. And let me know what you think about this insane drama in the comments section. Also, make sure you like the video and subscribe for epic sex. And I'll catch you in the next one.